This time is provided to think about what you've just heard. Write about it in your workbook or share your reflections.
This is a story about two ants who happened to meet one day while out walking. One ant lived on a hill that was made out of sugar. The other one lived on a hill made of salt. Hi, I've never seen you here before. Where are you from?
I live on a sugar hill.
Sugar hill? What is sugar?
Oh, sugar is the most sweet-tasting thing. It's delicious, mouth-watering, absolutely enjoyable. I can't believe you've never heard of it.
All we have on my hill is salt. It's so, salty. You can eat it and it makes you thirsty. The sweet stuff you're talking about sounds pretty good.
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you come over to my hill one day and taste the sugar? See if you like it.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. I'd like to try something new. So the two ants decided on a date to meet at the sugar hill. When the day came to meet, the ant who lived on the salt hill began having doubts. What if I don't like this sugar stuff? What if it tastes terrible? Then I'll be hungry. I'd better take some salt with me just in case.
Hey, nice to see you again. How's it going?
Oh, fine. I came to taste this sugar stuff you were talking about. I can't wait, actually.
Well, you came to the right place. Here, taste it.
Tastes just like salt.
Really?
Yeah, it tastes just like salt. There's no difference. I guess you call it sugar here, and we call it salt where I come from.
Wait a minute. Open your mouth. Let's take a look. Just as I thought, you have a big piece of salt in here. Now, try it again.
Unbelievable! So different. So amazing. I love this stuff. I'm staying here.
What you're looking for in your life is already there. The peace, it's already there. So it isn't like we're here to try to come up with or try to find faults with you and then say, well, let's see how we can improve you. This isn't an improvement session. This is hopefully a fact-finding session to realize what the fact is. Because so much depends upon our perceptions. What does it mean to you, to me, to be human? What does it mean to be alive? You got today, it's almost over. And God willing, you will have tomorrow. And the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. But what does that mean? Do you look at it that way? That I had today? That I am alive today? Or do you look at it, well, I don't know. Was it a good day? Were there problems today? Are there going to be problems tomorrow? So, perceptions have a big thing because we are not looking at reality. And our decisions are being based upon things that are not real. And I'll give you a little story of what I mean. There was a gardener, and this is an old-time story, so his job was to take water to the very top to the king's palace. And every day he had one of these big bamboo poles, and he would hang a big pot in the front and a big pot in the back, and he would get it filled with water and then take it up. And every day he did this. One of the pots in the back got a hole in it. And so, what would happen is as the gardener would take this pole up and the two pots up, the water would leak about midpoint. And when he would get to the very top, one pot would be full and one pot would be only half full. One day, the full pot turned to the pot with the hole in it and said, this is just a story, okay? So pots don't really talk to each other, but you're meaningless. You're worthless. He said, what do you mean I'm worthless? So, well, you got a hole in you. And every day that this gardener works so hard, and he fills both of us up, he carries us up, half of your water spills out. He only gets to bring half of it up. What good are you? You're worthless. Feeling very sad, not needed, worthless, because of this flaw. One day, the pot with the hole turned to the gardener and said, I'm very, very sad. And the gardener said, why are you sad? He said, well, I got a hole in me. And every day you work so hard, bringing the water up. You fill me down there, and by the time you bring me up, half of the water is gone. The gardener said, this is true. You have a hole in you. But do you realize what this has meant? The pot says, all I see is a flaw. This shouldn't be like this. I should not have this hole. I should be whole so that I too can take all the water out. And he said, but have you looked? Have you looked on the path that I carry you? On your side, there's beautiful flowers growing. Because when I found out you had that hole, I started planting seeds of flowers. And because of you, because of that hole that you have, every day that I would bring water up, you were watering those plants. And now they are blooming. They are beautiful. And the bees come and partake of their nectar. And there's a whole thing happening that you don't see, but it is because of you. And not because of your perfection, I almost got my fingers tired. But because, thank God, because of your imperfection. All the time you were like that pot that is complete. This would have not been possible. But in that area, from start to where I begin with you, to where the water ends up halfway in you, there's a beautiful garden growing. When I read this story, I didn't come up with it. I read it. I was very touched. I was very touched because we too get so caught in this concept of what is perfect. This concept, this idyllic idea of what is enlightened, of who is in peace, and what is peace, that we forget what is so simply obvious. Obvious. I have a curious mind, so I was looking up the word ignorance. I wanted to know what the root word was, where ignorance came from, the word ignorant. So I'm looking, and I come across it, and I knew I had a suspicion, but I wanted to confirm it. That ignorance, we plead ignorance, right? If somebody goes, you didn't know that? Yeah, well, I was ignorant. I didn't know that. But that's how we use it. But the root word where ignorance comes from is ignore. So, for all the ignorance there is in this world, what does that mean? Well, it means we're ignoring something. And what could that be? Are we ignoring peace? No. Oh, no. You cannot now pick up a newspaper that does not have the word peace in it. Somewhere, some politician, some dictator, some president, some person, peace, 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 peace. I'll have a piece of that. So, what are we ignoring? Without getting too specific, I know what we're ignoring. In my opinion, what we are ignoring is the obvious. What is the obvious? That your truth that you are looking for is within you. Always has been, always will be. The peace that you're looking for is not going to fall out of the sky. It's really a bad idea, things falling out of the sky. And especially for Australia. You're down under. If you get it, the rest of the world won't get it. But peace is not going to come out from some hole somewhere. It's within you. Do you know that? You ready for the shocker? Yes, you do. You absolutely do. You absolutely know that the peace is within you. You absolutely know that the answer to the question you have been asking is within you. The truth that you search for is within you. But do you ignore that? Absolutely. Absolutely. And where do you look? Let's go to someplace holy. Wait a minute. Excuse me? Excuse me? If you want to go to Madonna's concert, would you like to go where she was or is? I mean, if you are the kind of fan that keeps missing your favorite artist by a year, well, I must say you are an ardent fan because you have not yet visited a single concert, but you keep pursuing it and arriving there a little too late. What do I mean by that? Knowing. Knowing very clearly what you are looking for is inside of you. You ignore that and you say, oh no, over there. Everybody. Where's God? Over there. Excuse me. For you are the only space left uncharted, unexplored. The vessel for your exploration is your thirst and your desire and want to be quenched. I'll use the word happiness. Forgive me if that's not the right word, but it's got to be close in the neighborhood. People say, I wish people came with a manual. Yes, you do.